Good morning, Miss Ashley. It's nice to see you again.
Good morning.
I'm here with you this morning to conduct an interview with you for my part-time class. For the record, could you state your name, the title of your position, and the place of your employment?
Yes, good morning. My name is Sarah Ashley. I am a pre-K teacher at C.C. Spalding, located in Durham, North Carolina.
All right, thank you for your time. What is your educational philosophy?
I believe all children are capable of learning in a nurturing and inviting environment. Teachers should be able to develop and create interesting ways of reaching and learning using the students' interests.
So what inspired you to become an early childhood educator? And why did you choose preschoolers over older children?
Well, I always knew that I wanted to work with young children, so in high school I started to take classes. And during the years I worked with ages birth through 7 and pre-K students, and that's where my heart really lies. Pre-K is a fun age and the foundation to kindergarten.
So speaking of what inspired you, what prepared you to become an early childhood educator?
Well, once again, I started in high school taking some early childhood classes, and after graduation, I attended NCCU to get my BS, and I went on to Capella to receive my master's degree. Plus, I've always worked in the pre-K programs while in school.
What skills and or qualities do you possess that is a necessity for pre-K teachers?
Well, the skills that I have is that, number one, you have to be very creative. And you have to have patience and the ability to pull resources together to help the students to learn, and the ability to communicate with not only the students but with their parents.
What was your biggest weakness when you began your career as a pre-K teacher? And how has being a pre-K teacher helped you overcome your weakness?
When I first started teaching, I've always been very shy, but when I first started teaching, I had issues with communicating with my parents. And during the years, with my growth and maturity, I'm able to not only communicate with my parents and my students, but also design certain things to be put in place so that I can reach and teach them. And one of those things is we have this thing at our school called quarterly parent meetings, in which the parents come in, I teach them a class and a lesson, and we talk about the kids' strengths and weaknesses and different things in a way that they can also reach and teach their kids.
So if a child refuses to learn, what steps would you take so the child will pay attention?
Well, no one wants to do anything that's not fun. So you have to find out things that are fun and a learning and loving environment. With those things, you can take and turn those around to incorporate them into your class. And then you can break down and set up with a big class into small groups. And then from small groups, if we're still having issues, we can do, with my assistant, we can do the one-on-one learning and teaching philosophy of that way. And then sometimes you can have the higher students maybe work with the lower student. Any way they can keep their interest, and you also have to continue to make it fun.
Right. What do you believe is the most important thing a young child can learn?
The most important thing that I think any child, especially a young child, can learn to do is to read. If you learn to read and read on grade level, then you can have the gateway that's going to be open to so many different things.
How do you know if a child is developing skills appropriately? And what do you do if you notice a child is falling behind?
Okay, well, we have a thing here at our school where we do assessments. And most of the time we try to do at least once a week or once a month to see their growth. And with that growth, you can see who's making progress, who's at a standstill. Do we need to reinforce some other things and go back and reteach with that? And that way you can take that information and provide it to your parents so they can actually see, and so that they're prepared for kindergarten.
Why is parental involvement so important in early education? How do you promote parental involvement?
Okay, so with that, it's a partnership, parents and teachers. We're always working together, and it's a tremendous way to help your child. And the parents can share what's going on at home, and if they have different books, if you need books at home, you need to talk with your teacher about those things and what's going on in class and those things, so that the parents and teachers can come together to make a dynamite partnership to ensure the successfulness of the child.
And how has working at C.C. Spalding helped you grow as an educator?
Well, working at C.C. Spalding has taught me so many different things. First, I have the love of my job, and you have to have that in working in this field. My students, my parents, and this community has taught me so much of having a giving heart and being patient. And I have learned to use my coworkers as resources to help me as I grow and continue to grow to be a successful pre-K teacher.
Thank you.
Thank you.